Hello and welcome to the final episode of Flavorcity, the Breakers of Chains. I am Ben, your Dungeon Master for this adventure, joined by my wonderful, wonderful party of players. Let's go around and have them introduce themselves one last time, starting up here with Andrea.
Hello, I'm Andrea. I am playing Bulford Angus Cattleman. We'll see if I make it out alive.
Incredible. Going down over to Gingy.
Hi, I'm Gingy. I'm playing Charles Lamont Rividu, and he's okay with dying.
Fair enough, I guess. And finally, we will go down over to Charlie.
Hey y'all, I'm Charlie, and I'm playing Melis Orpington Neget, who has not yet considered death, I guess. But here we are.
Incredible. So the last time we left off, obviously, our heroes here had just fought their way through the city, collecting the utensils of power, made their way into the center temple of the temple to flavor. Inside, they met a strange sort of distended almost figure, almost pure white up and down with, crazy red hair, huge smile, blue streaks in his hair, that sort of thing. All the good stuff. Doesn't look like anyone in particular. He talked to them a little bit about what he was doing there, why he was there, before he disappeared off into darkness, and they were left to fight his pet, which turned out to be a massive construct fast food dragon type deal that was down in the lower level of this temple. They fought the dragon. They successfully killed the dragon, and they took a second before they realized that the front of the temple ripped open and a bunch of drones started flooding in as the three champions of each of the different districts of the city came in to help them fend off these drones. They were sent off and up the stairs to find this sort of final confrontation in this upper chamber. After a quick little check to make sure that they weren't going to die when they, went through this door, they found out they would die if they went through the door the way that they had it. And so I have it written down here somewhere. I got to pull it up. What is this guy's name again? What is this crocodile's name? Oh, man.
Look at the crocodile.
Mater the Gator.
Mater the Gator, that's right. He has...
Keely is returning post haste with my cat as well, so we'll all have.
Everyone has cats. You'll love to see it. Mater the Gator, that's what it is. Mater the Gator's still around. Mater the Gator has been healed back up to full, I believe. So he is in tip-top fighting shape. You walked through this door and found this room that looks like everything that was in it had been pushed to the outside walls. It's about 40-foot square, 50-foot square. And sort of built in the center of it was this large chair with these conduit lines that look similar to the ones that you guys had seen throughout the city, feeding into it and actually feeding incredible. Everyone's got cats. Feeding into this individual who ripped them out of his arms, sort of letting whatever was coming through them trail off. Buddy. Before beginning to stand up and sort of like beginning to morph and grow in this sort of monstrous kind of way, his fingers extending into long, sharp points, him sort of becoming this hulking behemoth sort of figure before he squared off with you. And I can't remember exactly what he said now, but it was something to the effect of, well, then I guess it's my turn. You guys have just walked into the room, looking around real quick. As I mentioned, everything in this room has sort of been pushed off to the sides. It looks like there is nothing sort of central to the room, but there are piles of different sort of things, different furniture, different decoration, that sort of thing, pushed off to the sides. And clear across the room, directly past the chair that he had been in, is this like tall, not particularly wide, almost case that is set into the wall that is like steel framed with glass on the sides of it, with more of these lines sort of running into it. The glass is like frosted over, so you can't actually see what's inside. As you guys enter the room, is there anything anybody wants to do real quick before we dive straight into it?
Did you say before we die straight into it?
Dive. with a V.
Okay.
Dive.
Kill it, murder it.
But hey, I don't know what's on the horizon for you guys.
I don't know either.
So originally I said I was gonna hold my action to cast a spell, but I forgot that casting a spell will get rid of Mater the Gator. So instead, I would like
That is true.
Do that.
I would like to turn into the giant goose.
Okay. Charles sort of matches transformation as his neck like extends out from his body as his face elongates into this beak, and the rest of his body sort of like rounds out a little bit, and he becomes the figure of this massive goose that you guys had seen back in Mac and Bryn's cafe, as Charles grows in size and just lets out a loud from his massive self.
It begins with a goose and it will end with a goose.
That is accurate.
Let's see. Could I cast a real quick fairy fire?
Sure, you can. Let's see, what is that? A dexterity save?
It sure is.
Okay. First roll of this game, I have special Guy Fieri dice
No.
that I bought
Nice.
specifically for this. So that's what we're using today. Let's see if they're any
Good.
kinder to me than they have been.
Oh no, now is not the time.
That's a 15.
Ah, you just got it.
Okay. So you go ahead, and there's just sort of a glitter bomb goes off above him. As he sort of ducks away from it, he looks back up and lets out just sort of like this deep, like snarl in your direction. Bulford, is there anything you want to do real quick before we kick it off here?
I'm gonna whip out my pitchfork and get ready to just launch the sumbitch.
All right, sounds good.
That's all I can really do. I'm a close up kind of person.
That is fair. So as you guys really sort of enter the room, I need you all to go ahead and roll initiative.
Yay.
Ooh, buddy. Yeah. 23.
23 for Bulford.
Do I use my stats or the bird stat?
You know what? I'll let you pick on that one. I think technically it's the bird, but it's up to you.
I mean, the bird would be better for me, but I just wanted to make sure I wasn't playing fast and goose with the rules.
Mm-mm.
This is going to be a long game, isn't it?
That's a 14.
14 for Charles. Melis?
7.
7 for Melis. Okay. All right, so as you guys go ahead and you begin to walk into the room, he actually goes first. So you guys go ahead, you walk into your room, you begin to make your way forward, and he, after dodging out of the way of this fairy fire, lets out this loud sort of sound and begins to sprint across the room towards you. As you guys brace yourselves to get ready for him to come at you and hit you, you each feel a different sort of boof, boof, boof come across you in a different part of your body. Charles, it's now around like your goose wings. Bulford, it is across your face, and Melis, it is up around your neck, as each of your individual implements begins to let off this faint glow, and you feel sort of like this surge of power through your body as each of them reacts in some way to this space. So as he sprints across the room at you and you feel this sort of pulse of power within you, you each gain the effects listed in there, and you feel this sort of wave of health wash over you as you each gain the 5 temporary hit points at the start of this combat, essentially. And that will, again, regenerate on each of your turns. But he goes ahead and he sprints forward towards you. As he runs across the room towards you, it's only about a 20-foot distance to cover between you, but he's sort of running like on all fours, almost kind of like a gorilla would. His massive claws sinking into the floor in front of him and yanking him forward as he finally launches himself up and comes crashing down let's see. Which one? What orientation are you guys? You sort of fanned out as you walked in here. Who's where?
I'm probably trying to go up.
Okay. So Charles is beginning to fly up.
I believe that I had healed Mater.
Yes.
You did.
And so I'm probably hanging out with him by the door.
Okay. And
I'm
Milford, you
probably
would have
dumb
sort of
enough to
stepped
walk
in.
right through.
Okay. Sounds good. So as he sort of he leaps forward, and he comes streaking up through the air towards you, Charles, and is going to slash at you with one of his claws. As he does, that is a 25 to hit.
Believe it or not, this AC of this giant goose is 13.
Well,
So-
fair enough.
He's a
He-
giant goose. I feel like you gotta be pretty easy to hit
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
right?
you know. You take 10 points of slashing damage as the claw sort of rakes across the underside of your giant goose form, leaving sort of like these flickering trails of blood through the air as he comes crashing forward and down directly into Bulford. He sort of like uses the momentum to hit Charles and slam down into Bulford, who has stepped forward. Technically, you would have been holding your stab with your that there
Yep.
pitchfork,
My
so
pitchfork.
you can go ahead and make those attacks.
Sweet. Awesome.
As he goes ahead and he attacks you with his other claw for where's the hit? There's the hit.
Where's the
23 to hit you on that one.
believe it or not, you would with such a big boy. Yeah, that hits.
All right.
With my giant armor class of 15. My flannel real good, guys. And I have a 17 and a 9.
The 17 hits. Go ahead and roll
Oh,
some
God.
damage. The 17 just hits.
Yikes. Hate that.
Mhm.
Math. That is 10 points.
10 points of damage to him, and 10 points of damage back to you as he comes streaking down towards you. You sort of like brace yourself and hold up the pitchfork, and he comes crashing down into it as the claw swings around and sinks up into your side, and he rips backwards with it. And down into your face, Bulford. He goes, "This is my city. I will protect it," as he rips off and backs away from you a little bit.
Opportunity attack?
Uh,
How far back does he jump back?
just steps back from you. But
Okay.
I also need you then, Bulford. Actually, I need all of you guys to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw as he leaps down towards you and sort of fills the room with this aura of intimidation almost. Except for you, Bulford. You are
I was gonna say
immune to fear.
with fear. I was like, no,
Yep,
no fear for me.
the pulse of energy around your eyes kind of like clarifies and you see through like the sort of haze that there is sort of emanating out from him.
Sir, it's called a shower. You ever take one?
That's an 18 for my save.
You save. And
22.
You save. Great. Well, that doesn't matter then. All of you guys are now immune to fear or immune to this effect for the next 24 hours. So whatever. All right. That is going to be the end of his turn. As we come to the top, or the top of you guys with Bulford.
Oh, sweet. Is he in hitting distance?
Oh, he's right up in hitting distance with you. You can.
Oh,
He's
perfect.
standing in front of you. You can feel sort of like hot breath coming out of his like elongated jaw with the sharp, jaggedy teeth inside of it.
Disgusting. Please brush your teeth.
Roosh your teethers.
Brush them teethers. No, I don't like any of those. Well, I don't know how his constitution is, but I might.
There's one
give
way to
that a
find
shot.
out.
Yeah. I could just do a flurry of blow. I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna hit him, and then spend a key point to hit him 2 more.
Okay,
hit
so
him
four
lots.
four hits.
Four smackaroos.
Smack.
Yeah, I heard
7 pounds,
Uh,
12 pounds. I thought they
And
said 9.
then
I did too.
I will spend an extra key point to try and stunning strike him.
Just on the first one.
Sure.
I mean, you can
Or
put
the
it on
one that
literally
hits.
every single one of them if you want.
Well, we'll see if the first one hits.
Yeah, see if the first one hits.
Yeah, that's a lot to hit. Natural 19 plus.
Oh yeah, that's a bunch.
7. So,
Well,
unfortunately, the save isn't too steep for him to make, but it is a con save.
that is a 15.
Yeah, he makes it.
Okay, so he saves on the first one. Still takes damage, but
Yeah. Oh, let me put that for here for damage. And then the next one. No, it's a 16, doesn't hit.
16 does not hit.
That's a unnatural 20.
Does hit.
I'll
That's
spend
2
another
hits.
key point.
Okay,
I got
Oh,
all these
that's a-
extra key points. I might as well.
that's fair. That's a bunch. Like a bunch.
Fuck.
It's a natural 18 plus
I
stuff.
hate-
So.
I hate him. All right, and then this would be the last hit. No, that's a natural one. So,
Okay.
two smackaroonies on him. How much damage does my fist do again? I haven't hit somebody like this in a minute. All right. And I'm gonna for the first strike, I'm gonna try psychic damage, see what that kind of does.
Okay.
With a it's not great, with a total of 6 psychic
Okay.
damage for the first hit.
6 points of psychic damage. You go ahead and as you're punching with these.
Mhm.
So you've thrown your pitchfork back up on your back, and you come sort of rocking forward and throw a giant Superman punch with the first one. And as you do, you feel sort of like you're punching through jello for a second as the power sort of around your eyes flares, and you can feel your fist go forward faster than the actual physical fist does. And he looks confused as this sort of invisible force punches him more in the brain than in the face. And he reels back from it, seemingly very off-put, and seemingly having taken a little more damage than you would have expected
Perfect.
from the single punch.
I'm gonna do that again, and I rolled 4, which makes it an 8.
That it does.
Bulford
20.
can use brains in a different way now.
So the other, as he sort of is reeling back from the first one, the other one comes up and around and smacks him again, sort of up under the jaw. You guys, Melis, you in particular, can see just past Bulford, him sort of reacting in this weird way that you're not really familiar with or expecting as he jerks sort of back and forth around. Great, that is action, bonus action. You got anything for movement?
Nah, I'm gonna stay right on him. I'm gonna stay on
Okay.
the stinky boy. Let's go.
Fair enough. Sounds good. That is the end of Bulford's turn. Brings us to large Mr. Gooseman, our good friend Charles. What you got,
Honk,
Charles? Honk honk.
Well, first, I think I actually need to make a con saving throw because I got hit, and some
yeah.
of these is a concentration spell.
That is true. Let's see if Mater sticks around.
Oh, he should.
Uh-oh.
Is 15 enough?
15 is plenty. You only took like 10 points of damage. You needed to beat a 10, so. Mater's still in, which means that Mater is also going to go on your turn because it's just easier to keep track of it that way.
Oh, that's fair. So, how is this room tall enough for me to do my flying shit?
Yeah. You guys are
Okay.
you are in the top of this temple. Like it's a 40-foot square like room that you're standing in, but it's got sort of it comes to this peak almost, like you're in a mini pyramid.
Okay,
If it was hollow.
I get you. So I'm going to fly up. It's got a fly speed of 80. So
Mhm.
I'm going to fly up 30 feet,
hmm
and then I'm going to fly down 30 feet and attack him. which because it's 30, I get an extra 3d6 damage if I get.
Jesus. Okay.
Oh god.
So let's see
Great.
if I hit. Oh. Okay. I can bring Keely in if you don't believe me. It's a nat 20.
No, I believe you.
Thought it was a different. Oh no.
I did too. I was like, oh Jesus. Okay.
I thought it was 2. It's the Grim Hollow dice. So get the skull, and I was like, oh no, that means 1, and I was like, wait, no, that means good.
That means good. Yep. All right. Go ahead and roll your. What is it? 6d6 plus 2.
No, it's normally 3d6, but because I'm diving, I get another 3d6. So
Yeah,
double
yeah.
that. It's
So it's 12 total.
Amazing.
Good lord. All right.
3, 8, 14, 18, 21, 24, 29, 35, 30, 29, yeah, 35, sorry. 39, 40, 43, and
Good
44.
lord.
So
44 plus 2.
44 plus 2, 46.
46.
Nice.
Bite damage, so piercing.
Yep. As the giant goose takes a couple of flaps up and rears back around, you come crashing straight down into him, sort of at his back and to the side a little bit. As your beak hits him, you sort of your neck sort of like springs inward on itself before it snaps back forward, and it shoves him down almost to a knee as you your entire body weight comes crashing into and almost through him, and you you maintain your height, but he has been smashed into the ground just a little bit.
Just as the goose is coming down, I'm going to use my telepathic ability. I took telepathy as a feat, so now I can talk to people in their head. Just in the most pristine, crystal clear voice anyone has ever heard Charles speak in. He's going to say, "I'm going to shit in your hair."
You hear him just go, "What?" Is that the end of your turn, Charles?
And then I'm going to use the remaining 20 feet to get out of his way, and because he's got flyby, there's no opportunity attack.
That is accurate. All right.
And then Mater the Gator is going to try to get it.
Okay. Go ahead. Mater the Gator comes running up, runs off from your side, Melis, comes sprinting up to this large hulking figure. Go ahead and make Mater's attack.
Hello?
Yeah, you're good. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-oh.
No.
You there?
Sorry, I think I'm back. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make your attack for Mater.
Okay. Okay. Let's see how powerful Mater is.
Let's. I'm trying to pull that up too.
I'm gonna protect
What's,
the skater with my damn life.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my spell attack modifier to hit, so there's a 14 hit.
14 does not hit. As Mater comes sort of running up next to Bulford, he goes ahead and he lashes out to bite at him. And he reaches out and wraps the long distended sort of claws around the alligator's mouth and throws him back down to the ground. Mater does a couple of rolls before getting back up on his little legs. Oh wait, if I remember right, he was bipedal. He was running around on his back legs. Am I making that up? Because he had a hat.
I don't know. Can it just be canon now?
That's how I've been picturing it. Yeah.
He's got a hat too. That's right. And he runs
he
around on
opened
his
the
back
door
legs.
because he was standing up and he grabbed it.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, he came all the way up and he lashed out to bite, and he wrapped him up and threw him back, and he did a couple of barrel rolls before he hopped back up, fixed his little hat, and then came waddling back up towards him. All right, anything else on your turn?
Nope.
Mr. Giant Goose Man? All right, at the end of your turn, he's going to use a legendary action
Of course.
to use corporate weight as you speak in his head and say, I'm going to shit in your hair. He goes, oh, you're going to shit in my hair. I'll shit all over you. And he reaches up and
Oh no.
he just sort of grabs in the air and pulls downward. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as a goose.
Okay. That's an 11.
An 11. This massive sort of invisible force comes crashing down onto you. Specifically, the crushing weight of mass production. If you want to know how I wrote it in the stat block, comes crashing down onto you. You take... Where is the die? That's so... 9 points of force damage, and you are knocked down to the ground.
Okay, that's not. Just gonna go. Yeah.
But that is the end of Charles' turn. Over to Melis now.
Okay. How far away is he from me? I was coming out
he's
the door.
10 to 15 feet away from you. Bulford had just sort of
okay.
like stepped in front of you.
Cool.
He was only 20 to 25 feet away from you guys to begin with. So
Sounds good. Well, I may regret this, but I'm gonna try and cast Fairy Fire again.
okay,
Because I want
Sounds
that
good.
advantage.
that is fair. Dexterity save.
Yes.
That is a 19.
Okay, great. Gonna shake my fist at him, and Acorn's gonna hop up and down a little angrily, like fluffing out a little bit on top of my head.
Mhm.
And then, as my bonus action, I will use my utensil feature to have Hunter's Mark happen
Okay.
on him.
Yeah. So you go ahead, and as you shake your fist at him, you can feel sort of the pulse of warm energy around your neck come as the utensil glows against sort of the haze that has filled this room after he ripped all those tubes out of himself, and it slowly like oozed a little bit of smoky haze into the space. And as Acorn hops up and down, you can see little like almost divine sparks shooting off of her and going and wrapping around him, almost like linking the two of you guys. And he's got just sort of like this very faint energy around him that seems almost like a residual of the fairy fire, but you know is your Hunter's Mark actually connecting to him.
Gotcha. And then I will pull out. Well, after I see this happening, I'm gonna pull out my maul and kind of elaborately pantomime to him, like, "Next time, buddy, I'm coming for you."
You guys lock eyes over both shoulder, and his narrows ever so slightly towards you, as he feels the magic sort of like begin to take hold around him. Anything else on your turn?
That's it.
Okay, you want to stay back?
Yes.
Okay. End of Melis's turn. He is going to use another one of his legendary actions to go ahead and let's see, look back up towards Charles, but sort of like cast around to the entire room and say, I need you all to just slow down. And he's going to use Deep Freeze. I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh yeah, that'll. I hope that'll do it.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
I've got a 7.
Okay.
Unless this is considered being charmed.
It is not.
Cool.
I have a 16.
16 will do it.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will also do it. So, Melis, you take 9 points of cold damage, and your
Okay.
speed is reduced by half until the end of your next turn. So you've got 15 feet instead of your normal 30. But that is the end of Melis's turn. Then we go back up to him at the top. He is... well, Charles isn't within range. But he's not happy with Bulford. So he's going to. Yep.
Watching this back, I do a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah, it's all right.
I didn't realize that I did.
It's okay. He's going to lunge forward towards Bulford. Bulford, you get ready for the claws on either side before you realize that he is coming at you with the teeth instead. As the jaw sort of elongates even more and begins to snap down towards you. Oh, that's not good. That's a 14 to hit.
Haha, AC's 15.
So you go ahead and
I'm gonna catch them jaws.
I'm gonna say you step back out of the space and you reach up and you get a finger up under the top gum and under the bottom gum, and you hold him there for a second before he rips backwards away from you. And he looks a little confused and taken aback by the fact that you just caught his face. Before he goes, fine, and he jumps up and over past you, which would give you an opportunity attack as he moves past you, as he comes crashing towards Melis, who just essentially challenged him.
Pretty much.
I'm gonna give him a good kick, because if he's gonna go up, I'm gonna make him go up. So that's 18.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Would Mater the Gator get an opportunity attack?
He sure would too. You know
10
what?
points of kick damage. 10 points of hoof damage.
Uh,
I'm gonna kick him in the shin.
as you, is this normal damage or is this the psychic damage?
Oh, I'm a continuous psychic. He looks like he was fucking him up.
Yeah, as you bring back your leg to kick, as he jumps up over you, and something sort of like hits him in the ankle as he goes up and over you, and he sort of like begins to fall forward a little bit. What do we got for Mater?
Mater don't hit. Mater rolled 7.
Mater grabs at the space where he was before Bulford kicked, and suddenly he's sort of like flipping over. Let's actually.
Does he have the sunglasses too? Is that what's getting in his face?
Yep, for sure. Bulford, make an athletics check for me, just to see.
Okay. All right. I gotta look at my athletics. I forgot what the heck I put
We're
up.
gonna see if this will. He'll make a dex save against it to see if he doesn't fall on his face.
Well, my athletics, I rolled 15 plus 6, so 21.
I rolled an 18 plus 4, so 22.
Garbage.
So he is not thrown onto his face as he goes over the top of you, but he is a little off balance as he crashes to a halt against Melis. He hits the ground and he like brings himself up Melis, and you realize now how big he is as he's standing in front of you. As Acorn on top of your head just kind of like follows him up. And he brings back a claw and he looks down at you and he goes, "You rang," and he's going to swing down at you. That is a 26 to hit with the claw.
No.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough, I guess. That's going to be 13 points of slashing damage as the claw comes down and catches you sort of around the shoulder, and the ends of the fingers pierce into your, or in through the chain shirt that you're wearing. But that is going to be the end of his turn, standing squared up next to Melis. Moving us forward to Bulford.
All right.
What you got, big man?
I don't like that he didn't fall. I don't like that at all. Kind of mad about that. So I'm gonna spend my last extra key point.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm down to my normal amount of key points.
Your normal 8.
My normal 8. For flurry of blows, we're gonna start a punching.
Start whacking.
Start
Okay.
a whacking. I'll probably like interchange between like a punch and a kick.
Sure,
I'll punch
sure.
up and then kick low. So I'm going kick with the ankles and shins. We're punching up towards that jaw. I'm gonna break it if it's the last thing I do.
That's fair.
That is a. Can't read this dice. Oh, there we go. That's gonna be a 20. Lots.
That
to
hits.
hit. Yeah, it's a 20. Oh, it's a 26. All right, I'm doing math for my own thing. I'll spend one of my normal key points to try stunning strike once more. Maybe
Con
twice
save?
more. We'll see. Yep.
It's a 16.
Fuck. Okay.
His con save isn't that high, honestly.
I know you're just finally rolling good, and I don't like it.
I'm rolling like average is the thing for him. So like he's just
I know.
on the saves. The attacks have been rolling pretty high on.
Okay, and then this next one is math. Math is hard. 23
Also hits.
for a kick. One more key point.
Why not?
Fair enough. That's a dirty 20. Okay.
Okay. All right. It's fine. That was another punch for an unnatural 20.
It hits.
And then 23 for the final kick.
All 4 of those hit.
Absolutely, they fucking do. All
As
psychic
you come
damage.
up behind him and you come in with a haymaker to the back of his head as he's turned around to face Melis.
Oh yeah.
And it hits him and he spins a little bit, and then you kick and you spin him all the way around over the course of the first 3 hits, just a punch, kick, punch. And the last one you actually go ahead and you kick up high again and you catch him in the side of the jaw with it.
Yes.
Again, none of these have contacted his body. It's the weird, like, speed, slow, as the seeming momentum of the kick follows through, even if your foot and fist don't. Oh boy, what do we got for damage?
10 plus a lot. Hold on. I'm real bad at
10
this.
plus a lot, my favorite.
10 with just the dice, and then 26.
26 points.
I unfortunately rolled a couple of 1s and 2s.
20. Is that already doubled
Doubled.
from the psychic damage?
Oh, that's just 26 straight up. 10. If we're doubling the dice, then it's 20 plus the 4. So let me.
No, he's just vulnerable to psychic damage, so it's all doubled.
It's the whole thing's double. So then.
It's the whole family.
Oh.
Wow.
So that's
so
52 then.
52 points of damage.
Okay.
Well, damn.
Jesus, math is hard.
Yep. You just saw me struggle.
There we go. As Bulford comes up behind and just like again spins around across 3 different hits, and then goes ahead and kicks up and catches him inside of the jaw. You feel, even though you're not actually contacting him, you feel and kind of see something like shift awkwardly in his jaw, and he lets out sort of this sound as he's turned around to face you now.
You thought you were going to change your mind? Nah, buddy. It's me and you right now.
Anything else you want to do?
No, that's all I got. And he won't take my stunning strike, so I can't paralyze him.
Okay. Sounds good. So, at the end of your turn, he's going to, now that he's facing you, reach up and sort of snap his jaw back into place.
Well, that's just not fun.
And he says to you, "Why don't you take a seat?" And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Also to double check, since we are in the temple and it's the restart of my turn.
You
do I
gain
get those-
5.
Okay, let me put those on real fast, and then I'll do my save.
Yep, don't forget that.
Yep.
All right. We good, and then a dex save. Suddenly misplaced all my dice. Plus 7. I rolled it's a 23 to save.
23 does save. You still take 7 points of force damage, but you're not knocked prone as you feel sort of this crushing weight come crashing down on top of you as he reaches up and rips down through the air again. Something sort of like slams into your shoulders, but you catch it and sort of roll it off of your back. glancing off of you and making you not take quite as much damage. That is
These
the end
are
of Bullford's
working
turn.
shoulders, boy.
Them's working shoulders.
Them working shoulders, they don't break.
Charles, you're up.
Okay. Way back when he used the reaction to use the corporate guilt corporate weight, I took 9 damage. Do I got to roll for that too for con save?
You would, yeah.
Okay, let me roll that roll. It's a 17.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, same deal as before. We're gonna fly 30 feet up, 30 feet down, and try to hit him.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's a 17 plus.
That hits. 17
21.
plus hits. Yep.
Okay, so that's 66 plus 2. One, 27 piercing damage.
27 points of piercing damage. Jeebus. Excuse me while I hurt myself for a second. There we go. Trying to think. Okay.
20 feet up and can I use like a can I use like maybe like a bonus action? I'd love to use it as a reaction, but like to follow through on my promise of shitting on his hair.
Make a Constitution check.
Okay.
Just a check, not a saving throw.
Yeah, that's a 3, champ.
A 3. As you fly away, you just like squeeze your insides and nothing comes out. You feel
Hey.
something bubbling down in there, but it's not coming just yet.
Okay. One thing I have neglected to do is because Mater the Gator is a land some beast spirit or whatever. He has pack tactics, so if he's within 5 feet of a creature, he gets advantage.
Oh,
So-
cool.
Mater's gonna try and fuck shit up.
Sure. Mater spins, his fedora spins an extra turnaround on his head, and he
Okay,
over
that's
to
pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, that's even better. That's a
Lord.
24.
24 hit.
Yes!
All right, let's
Oh,
pull out
wow.
this whopping bad boy damn. Let's see what he does.
I really want Mater to get the last hit. Can you
Yes.
imagine?
Yes.
So it's a D8. It's 1d8 plus 6 as I cast it at a second.
Okay.
So that's 12. 12 piercing damage.
12 points of piercing damage. Come on, marker. There we go. As Mater comes walking up, he is focused on the giant goose, the large cowman, and the small half-elven chicken farmer behind him. Doesn't even really pay mind to the, now that I'm looking at it, small alligator. He's a little dude. He's like 3 feet tall, waddling up and coming around and just sinking his teeth into this guy's calf, which has at this point ripped through the pant of the 3-piece suit that he was wearing, and you can see just sort of like this bulging calf muscle that Mater just comes up and down into, and just streaks of red come pouring out from under this tiny alligator bite on his leg as he shakes and knocks Mater back a little bit.
That's a good boy right there.
You get him, Gator. You get him.
All right, Charles, anything else you want to do in your turn?
I'll just say telepathically to who's probably taking the most damage. Yeah, probably Bullford. I'll telepathically say to Bullford just in a crystal clear voice, do let me know if you need healing.
Who the fuck is this? Y'all, I'm hearing voices. I don't know who this is.
That's just how Charles thinks he sounds.
Hang in there, Bulford.
Oh boy! End of Charles'
Someone's
turn. We
talking
come
so
to
crisp and clean.
actually before we come to Melis, he is going to use. He's going to use spend a legendary action to do deep freeze again. No, he's not actually. He's not going to do that. never mind. He's not going to do that. So Melis, it's your turn.
Okay. I would like to close the gap between us.
He's right up on you.
Yeah. I want
So,
to get up nice and close and just swing my maul at him.
all right, sounds good. He is turned around at this point because Bulford spun him all the way around. So you've got you've got his back facing you now.
And that gives me extra damage.
Does it? I don't know.
Should it? I'm just saying. Video.
Or are
game
you just
habit.
trying to? You're just trying to. Okay.
Yeah,
If you were a
I swing my
rogue.
maul at him.
You
No,
you
that
can
makes sense to me.
you can slide around in such a way that would let you have advantage on the hit if that's what you're looking for.
Oh, sure. I mean, can I flank with Bulford?
Yeah.
All right, I will do that.
Okay.
And good thing too. That's one was a 3, but the other one is a 23 to hit.
23 does hit.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll your
So
damage.
20 different.
Okay, so
That it is, Gingy. That it is.
I took $60,000 for a BA in math.
Woof.
7 plus 5 is 12, plus my additional 3 as my utensil part. So 12, so 15 points of damage, and then Acorn, who's been like spitting little ethereal feathers, will spring off of my head and dive bomb him, and the ghostly chickens kind of explode and attack for an additional 2 points of damage. So, what's that, 17?
17
Total.
points total on the first hit.
Yes.
As you take a step to the side and pull back with your maul, you bring it up and around, slamming up into sort of right underneath his arm, slamming the maul in. You feel resistance for a second before something gives ever so slightly underneath the head of the maul as it cracks up into his side. And Acorn, as you rip the maul backwards, jumps off and dives into that same spot, exploding out into this pulse of chickens that are then infused with this burst of radiant energy that comes off of the necklace around your neck and sort of fuses with their spiritual ethereal forms before they all dive into this new like cracked in kind of spot that's up under his ribs, dealing 17 points of damage. As he takes the hit, he lets out this kind of like sound as he sort of tries to move with it, but still hits him pretty dang hard.
And as my maul connects with him, I'm gonna say, "My great paw wouldn't like you."
What? All right.
And
Second
then
attack.
I'm gonna hit him again.
All right.
That is a 25 to hit.
Does hit. Go ahead and roll some damage.
Okay. Plus 2, plus 3. So another 17 points of damage.
Okay, sounds good. And that includes the extra d6 you would get from Hunter's Mark, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. Another 17 points of
Yeah, I've been
damage.
rolling really low on damage.
Just want to make sure.
Yep.
That's
No, I
okay.
just keep getting ones.
It's all right. That's what I've been doing, but
That's good.
I just happen to have the psychic.
Yep.
So you go ahead and you bring back and you slam up into that same spot again. As he's sort of like looked over his shoulder and said, "What?" You crunch back into that same spot, and you hear sort of like the breath shoot out of his lungs for a second as he glancing back over his shoulder towards you. End of your turn?
Yes, that is the end of my turn.
At the end of your turn, this is where he's going to use the next legendary action. He is going to use... he's going to spend his second legendary action to use multiple locations, as you all feel sort of like your hair begin to stand up as you...
Bulford gets real puffy.
Yep, Wolford starts to puff up. Charles, the feathers on you start to like pull out a little ways. And Melis, your hair begins to go up, and Acorn and Captain Featherbottom both start to as he says, "Oh, let's even this out a little bit." And he goes ahead and he begins to spin himself a little bit. I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
23.
23.
19.
19.
7.
7. So, those of you that saved, so Melis and Bulford, you are going to take, I think it's hard, 6 points of fire damage. Charles, you're going to take 13. As
Ooh,
he,
yeah, because
your thing, yeah.
hey,
As he spins himself and he sort of erupts in this spray of frying oil, and you guys watch as you sort of duck away as he almost like separates out into two different forms. The one stays where he is, but another one shoots out, and this oily sort of thing coalesces and snaps together over on the opposite side of the chamber next to the container that's sitting there. As it forms up, you can see another version of himself standing across the room from you as the one that's sitting right in front of you comes to a stop. That brings us to his turn.
no.
Where he is going to... let's see. The one that is up next to you guys is going to take both of his claws and look at Bulford and say, "You've been a problem," and go ahead and drive them up
That's what my wife
towards...
said when we first met, too.
Drive them up towards your stomach. That's a 19 total to hit and
Yep.
a 23 to hit.
Yep.
Which is going...
My wife's going to be so mad. I've been through so many shirts.
I know you said that's what my wife said when we met as like a quip. It honestly just sounds like to me Bulford's trying to fuck everybody.
It really does. I didn't even think about that. It's fine. There's a reason they have an open marriage. They're two very horny guys.
Fair enough.
Horny? That is a total of 32 points of piercing damage as both the claws come up and drive up into you.
Ben, I was joking about killing me. You don't have to
How
actually
is,
do it.
How's Bulford looking?
Wolford's fine.
Did you say 32?
32.
Okay.
And Bulford, it's interesting, as you know, you feel these white hot points of pain drive up into your body. It's also cold in a weird way. Like,
ooh, frostburn.
The claws as they sunk into you before felt like hot and like, you know, deep while they were there, and these sink into you and it is cold to the touch, and you don't feel any heat coming off of his body at this point. It's just sort of like this icy coldness that is sort of emanating from him as he's drawn up really close to you. And the one across the room calls out to you guys and says, "I am here in my rightful place to take control of this city, and you come waltzing in to try and ruin everything. I think not. I'll end this before it becomes too much." And he goes ahead and he rears back and he drives his fist through the glass of the container that's sitting over there. And he reaches in and he drags out an individual about average height, rather sort of rotund, dressed in this almost white outfit, decorated in a similar style to Charles's shirt originally was, with these sort of like flames printed on the sides. He's got this spiky white hair that sticks up all over the place.
How frosted are these tips, Ben?
They're excessively frosted as he's been yanked out of this deep freeze box.
No.
And he is currently sort of hanging there, almost limp in the grasp of this thing. as he holds him up and he looks across the room and says, "This is your champion. This is who you chose to rule this city." I think not. And that is going to be the end of his turn. For now, yeah. Bulford, you're up.
Well, ain't really much I could do with some claws in my guts, so.
I mean, they pulled back out. They're not just like sitting up in there, but
well, I got a couple holes in me that I wasn't prepared for.
about 10, yeah.
They weren't divine. I wasn't born with these holes. These are new ones. I didn't like.
Newer model.
So how far? I don't know if I have the hit points to be doing some dumb shit. But Bulford was never a smart man.
There's always the hit points to be.
So
doing dumb shit.
how far is the other one?
The other one teleported across the room from you guys. The room wall to wall is 40 to 50 feet, so within 50 feet of you.
Oh, perfect. I just happened to move 45 feet.
Oh, look at that!
What a fun time. Let's see. Max, stop going after the cord. Okay, so I guess I have to use a damn dash action, even though I don't need to. But I'm gonna do Goring Rush to hit him pretty fucking hard, to try and shove him against the wall and knock Fiery out his hands.
Mr. Fiery, okay.
Mr. Fiery. I only gotta move at least 20 feet, and let me just tell you, I can do that.
Well, yeah, you can. Okay. So you're going to go sprinting?
Yep. I'm a freight train, baby.
Where is
All right.
There we go. Yeah, okay. All right, so you're just gonna go. You're gonna sprint across the room.
Head down, perfect straight line, and just hauling ass.
As you go a running.
I get an opportunity. He gets an opportunity attack. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. The one that is there is going to reach out and try and sink his claws into you again as you begin making your run. That's an 18 to hit.
Yeah.
That's only 12 points of slashing damage. As you feel the lines rake across your back, you don't even have to look down to know Bulford. This flannel is just ribboned. It's just flapping in the breeze as you go full sprint, full tilt across the room towards this man. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Natural fucking 20.
Hell yeah.
Oh god. Okay. Go ahead and go ahead and roll damage for that.
It's not a whole lot of damage.
I'll tell you what, make an athletics check for me.
Okay. I was gonna say, when I attack with my horns, I could do, I think it's called hammering horns, and you gotta make a strength save. Otherwise you are pushed away from me.
Okay, sounds good. Go ahead and make that athletics check. It's a dirty 20 on the strength save, so.
You're the worst. 16 for athletics.
16. Well, I got news for you. First, with a 16 at a full tilt across the room, like full dash movement speed all the way across there, I'm going to say you can go ahead and roll. Let's throw another 2d6 on there, as just like you go linebackering towards him, and that's a 14 to maintain his grip on Mr. Fiery. He had to get that 16, so that means that he drops him as Bulford comes just like 40, I mean, it's 40 feet, but 40-yard dash just like straight across the room, vaults over the chair that's in the middle of it there, and just lowers his head in a move that you guys have seen, I think, once before. And he spear tackles him into the wall behind him. Your horns, Bulford, dig into the stone that makes up this room by a good like 4 or 5 inches. Nice. As you just slam him, crack straight back into the back wall there. What do we got for damage?
Well, the first dice was 10. The next one was 8, so I'm 18. And this last one, it's just 2. So yeah.
Okay. So 20 total.
Yep.
These markers keep dying on me while I'm trying to use them. As you come sprinting across the room, you head down and drive forward. You feel the sort of like burning feeling across your eyes happen again as you feel sort of the slowdown begin to take effect. But this time you push straight through it, and you catch up to your own psychic forehead, slamming into him. And as he slams back into the wall, the claws unwrap from around Fiery Heat, who falls to the ground in sort of like this pile for now. But you guys hear, as his forehead catches up to the psychic forehead, what sounds like a mini sort of like crack of breaking the sound barrier almost, as the wall splinters up from behind where you have slammed this gargantuan monstrosity man into it. Technically, with having used a dash, you still have 45 feet of movement if you want to move, but that's up to you.
You know what? They asked us not to destroy the city itself. I'm not destroying the city, I'm just destroying a wall. So I'm going to continue to push, even if it breaks the wall. I don't know what the hell kind of roll that is, but we're going to keep on crushing.
Make an athletics check.
Okay. Yeah, it's not as good as I wanted it to be. But that is a 14.
14. Your body sort of like catches up to you as you have the initial impact, and you start scraping your feet across the ground as you try and push forward further into the wall. It doesn't seem like you're making a whole lot of progress into the wall anymore.
No, I'm a little stuck.
You feel like you can get out of it if you need to, but
right.
You're
I'm
currently
going forward.
pinned there, and you're grinding your feet against the ground. I don't know what's on the bottom of Bulford's legs. They could be hooves. They could be
They're
feet.
just hooves. That's what I decided.
So your hooves are just across the floor of this room.
Yep.
End of Bulford's turn.
Like an angry bullfighter.
Yep. He is going to...
Oh, I'm in a rough patch, health-wise.
Okay, I'm coming soon.
The
very crisp, clean voice.
I'm coming soon.
Fear not, your salvation shall arrive in the form of a golden goose.
Oh, what?
He is going to, through sort of like breathlessness from having his diaphragm crushed in a little bit from this large cowman, he's going to reach up and go, "Won't you just go down?" And he's going to bring his arms down with a legendary action. He's going to use Crushing Weight again. Wolfred, I need you to make a dexterity save for me.
Please. Now is not the time for fuckery. Ooh. Math is hard. 22.
22. You only take 3 points of force damage.
Oh.
As you
temporary hit points suffer.
As you feel this weight sort of like force its way down onto you, and you honestly just sort of like you slide off to the side a little bit to get out of the way. Your horn's still down and in, but you mostly just muscle through it.
You said I take how many?
A big 3.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to double check.
Yep. That is the end of Bulford's turn. Charles, you are up now, Mr. Large Goose Man.
Okay. Let me go ahead and roll for that damage.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. I don't think
Gotta be
that'll do it.
10.
That don't do it.
It don't do it.
It's a
Oh,
three.
no. Oh, no. Melis, as you're looking at these two mirrored sort of forms, you catch out of the corner of your eye. Mater the Gator looks up at you longingly and gives you a little wave before he disappears. His fedora floats for a second before it also disappears out.
Tears just begin to run down my face.
Oh no, Bulford doesn't know.
Nope. Wolford's looking at feet right now.
Yep, he's looking at...
Don't tell Bulford we need him in this fight. Okay, well that actually makes it easier for me because my next question was if I had to get rid of Mater the Gator to cast a spell, which I'm pretty sure I had.
To cast a spell, you don't need to.
Yeah.
I mean, your utensil lets you cast spells that restore hit points in your wild shape form. But Mater the Gator
but it was
concentration.
because I had a spell already on concentration.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unless you're casting a concentration spell, you wouldn't need to break concentration on Mater. But
Oh well, fuck! I feel a deep sadness.
Mater's gone, so
Oh well, I'm gonna
Mater's
just,
always in our hearts, though.
go. Yeah, I could summon his deck. I'm gonna
Alright,
go
we'll
over
go
to
on.
Bulford to just perch on Bulford's back and use one of my 4th level spells
Okay,
to cast Cure Wounds.
okay, sounds good.
That's gonna be
Wolford, make a strength check for me, just real quick.
Okay. 17.
17. Unexpectedly, but you hear it and you brace at the last second. A massive goose comes and lands on your like lower back as you're like head into the wall. But as the feet set down on your back, you feel sort of like this pulse of warm energy that goes through you. And you heal for how much, Charles?
32.
Ooh, boy.
Nice.
Nice. Bulford's back up to his normal fuckery.
And then I'm gonna fly away.
Okay. Charles flies away. The weight suddenly
Bulford is
lifts
just
Bulford.
fucking confused. What's happening?
Charles, anything
better.
else on your turn?
I don't really think I can do a whole lot else unless I want to burn my last wild shape to heal some, but I think we'll save that for an emergency.
Okay, sounds good. And if Charles's turn, let's see. He is going to. Let's see, Charles. What's your speed, Charles?
80.
80.
Flying anyway.
Yeah, so you're too far away for that.
I'm too fast as fuck, boy.
He's gonna try the same thing again. And he is going to once again reach up and bring this sort of invisible force down onto the back of Bulford, and you should make another dexterity saving throw.
Some bullshit.
You
Bullshit.
chased him, man.
You're right.
Whose fault is that?
that? I mean, it's fine. Math is hard. Math is really hard. 15.
15. 15
Yep.
is what you needed. You only take 5 points
Oh.
of force damage and are not knocked prone as you feel this weight come crashing down onto your back again.
Ooh. I need that.
Yeah, you do need that.
I got lots of work to do after this.
Q is currently chewing the antler against the bottom of the microphone stand. So I just hear it in. Oh boy. Okay, he moved it. Okay. Anyway, back to it. End of Charles's turn. That brings us to Melis.
Okay, so there's the ice cold version still over here with me, and then he's all the way on the other side. We're 50 feet away.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Well, I can't get to him, and I don't know how much good it's going to do to attack his double, but I guess I'm going to attack his double.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Okay.
Unless you want to do something else.
Nope.
You seem unsure.
I mean, I am unsure, but okay, that's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits.
Sorry, 22. That's a 22.
22 hits. You can roll damage if you want, but as you go ahead and you bring your maul through the one that is on this side here, the maul catches for a second before it passes straight through, and he explodes into a sort of greasy mist that sort of falls out and around, which for you would give you those hit points back. Because technically it counts as the same creature.
Okay, so it's equal to the amount of damage that killed him.
So yeah, actually go ahead and roll damage.
I should roll damage. Okay. Okay. So that's. So question.
Mm-hmm.
If I had Hunter's Mark on the original guy.
This one as well.
Okay. All right.
This is the extra damage you get is, or the effect that you're restoring hit points from is from the Hunter's Mark parrot coming from the utensil.
Okay.
And so it's technically the same creature, so Hunter's Mark is being applied to both of them, and then the one exploded, so it is now only applied to the one across the room. But
I gotcha. 17 plus 3. 20.
20 points of damage, which means you restore 20 hit points.
Yay. Okay, that is back up to full. Okay, great. And then I am going to... I'm gonna start running to the other side of the room. And can I get if I do a shuffle and switch to my longbow, can I get a clear shot on him?
Yeah, there's nothing really in your way. Bulford is currently bent over in a horizontal line, so you got full waist up on this guy.
Sounds good.
Belly button.
That is a 19.
That does hit.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll you some damage.
Sounds good. It's a D8. Ooh. Okay, so 12. 6, so 18 points of damage, and then as the arrow hits, I'm going to some spectral chickens explode out of it for an additional 5 points of damage.
So that is 23 total.
Yeah.
God dang markers.
We're doing it, guys. We're destroying his supply of markers.
Yeah, slowly but surely. I'm just switching back and forth between the two because for some reason they don't want to stay alive long enough for me. So you go ahead and you whip your maul around, slam it through this one that explodes out. You feel sort of like this warmth wash over your body, heal up any of the wounds that you had already. As you begin to run forward, you actually make it to the chair and you hop up, standing up on the back of it to give yourself just a little bit of a better angle. Quick switch out to your longbow, draw and fire this arrow as he cannot move currently particularly well. Slams down sort of right into the center of his chest, and you watch as it buckles the sternum like just a little bit as this burst of spectral feathers sort of fills up and around, and then all of the tiny spectral chickens come flying around and crashing back into the back of that shaft and force the arrow deeper into the sternum of this guy. He lets out kind of a sound as his chest is crushed in on him. Just a little bit more.
Is this a normal chair? Can you remind me, or is this a?
It's a metal
This is
chair.
his-
It's
but
his weird like throny. It's a chair, but it's like his weird throny thing that had the like stuff coming out of it.
So, okay. Sounds good.
It's his juicing chair. What do you
Yeah.
what do you want to do?
I just wanted to do
Oh,
the thing where you like you put your foot on the top of the back of the chair and press down and you kind of ride it
I
down
see.
and keep
Nice.
going for a cool move. But this doesn't seem like the chair to do
Make an
that.
athletics check for me.
Okay, cool. One moment.
The one chair they bolted down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's built into the ground, but let's see what happens here.
19.
19. As you come running up and switch out, as you jump and fire, your foot catches the back of it, and you feel it shift a little bit, and then your other foot comes forward and catches the back of it again as you bring the other one up to like stop your tumble over the top of it, and you hear the sound of just like tearing metal, like just a as the chair rips up from the ground and tips forward, slamming down heavily onto its back.
Nice.
You can see that the floor in here is like this marble, so the metal chair was built into the ground, but it wasn't like part of the ground, so it ripped up and fell forward on you as you ride it down to the other side and take a couple of steps off of it, just past where the now overturned chair is.
Cool. That's my turn.
Okay. At the end of Melis's turn, he is going to use his. Did he use 2 legendary actions already?
Yes.
I
This
think
turn?
so.
Okay, I think that's right.
So yeah.
I didn't mark down the second one.
He-
But I felt like he
Pretty
did.
sure
Anyway.
he has.
Oh yeah, no, he
He did
cracked
one-
down on you twice. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Crackdown,
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the end of Melis's turn. He only has 2 legendary actions, not 3. But that brings it to the end of the round and back up to him. Let's see here. I mean, there's a man pinning him to the wall right now. It makes it's what he's gonna do.
Yeah. That's pretty fair.
Actually, you know what? Bulford, make an athletics or acrobatics check. Your choice.
Ooh. I don't think it really matters. But we'll see. I don't actually remember what either. I'm gonna make athletics because it's a 6 instead of a 4, making that 24.
24. Okay. That is only a 14 for me. As he reaches down and tries to force you out away from the wall, he wraps his arm up like around your chest underneath you as he tries to back you out. Fails to do so. And as he strains against you, he just can't get leverage with the way he's pinned up against the wall right now. So he's going to just say, "Fine, have it your way." And he's going to... This is just... The physics here don't really make a whole lot of sense, but he's going to... he's like a big beastie boy, so he's going to bend down like over the back of you, and he's going to... I guess you can't see this, so Charles and Melis, you see as he whips down and forward, the jaw like snaps out a couple of extra sizes to come down around Bulford's like torso as he comes in it sideways.
Gonna bite my ass?
Yeah. Again, the physics aren't all there.
I
but
know it's juicy, but you ain't gotta take a bite out of it like that. Man, these quips really do come off very flirty.
That's a prize steer right there.
I guess I
is
should
an
play a
18 to
bard
hit.
next time.
That bull for
Was it what that
fast.
hit? 18? Yeah, that
18.
hits.
Which is going to be...
It's a good chomp out of my ass.
Yep. 19 points
Oh!
of piercing damage.
Oof.
Plus... Bink. 2 points of poison damage.
Oh no, there's
Ooh.
extra.
As you feel just sort of like this searing pain rip through your side / hip / ass area, as the razor teeth sink in and rip upwards. There's like this lingering burn after the fact for a second as the poison sort of pulses into you a little bit. But that is the end of his turn, which brings us to Bulford. He doesn't look great, guys. I'll be honest with you. He's not looking the best.
Good.
Neither does Bulford. It's fine.
Well,
Well, so the physics of this are very strange. You are correct.
listen, it's all make believe.
I put myself in this here situation. I am full of shenanigans, and now I must pay for my own shenanigans, the consequences of my own actions. Well, he's already down there taking a good bite, so he can get a face full of hoof.
It's gonna just like
Just gonna start kicking up
kick up
and
the back.
Yep.
Go for it. Why not?
All right.
Hey, the word shenanigan, not shenanigan.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. 20 lots, 18 plus 7.
Yep, 20 lots hits.
Ooh, I don't think this one hits. I think this is just a 16. If I did 8 plus 7, 16, or less.
That's 15. Yep.
15, so that one doesn't hit.
That one does not hit.
And then, Mac, you can't hit the dice, my guy. Fucking rude boy. That's a natural 1 for the other. That's my bad leg.
That's the bad leg.
Yeah, that's the one he took a big old bite out of. And then the last one is 19.
19 hits. So 2 of those hit off of the attack and flurry of blows as you just start to
I
like...
will also spend an extra key point to
wacka,
try and
wacka, wacka.
paralyze him.
Okay. That's almost as good as he can roll. So that's a 24.
Fuck me sideways. He's fine. I hate this. It's fine. 8. 9. 8 and 9 is 17. Whatever 17 doubled is.
34.
Yep.
Okay.
Fuck you. Took away one of my best features. Tifa isn't one of my best. I heard it's good eating, but damn, you ain't gotta take it away.
Whack, whack, whack. As
It
you...
is canonical now.
Yep. Wolford's got a great ass and a bear waiting for him downstairs.
Oh god, I forgot.
As you go ahead and you whack up twice with the hoof into the face, you feel the teeth rip away and him stand up away from you, but you feel 2 of them connect pretty solidly. The second one you have to reach a little bit further with because he's further up now. But you feel the same sort of just sort of pulsing slow sensation as you come at him with your hoof and then your mind hoof. All right, that's your action and bonus. Anything else you want to do?
You know, I was thinking about pulling myself out of this awkward situation, but he's kind of just pinned there, so I think I'm just gonna stay.
I think the exact quote is, Wolford is not a smart man.
Wolford is not a smart man.
All
He's
right.
not a smart man, but Mr. Fire is on the ground and a little out of his reach, so it's fine.
So that brings us to the end of Wolford's turn, in which he's going to use a legendary action to use multiple locations. So I need, let's see, with how far Charles can fly, it's just Bulford and Mellis that I need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, that's not great. 10.
Okay.
I think it's a 26.
Okay. Bulford, you
Yeah.
take 6 points of fire damage. Mellis, you take 13 points of fire damage. As he brings himself back and up and twists sort of up and to the side, almost like Taz from Looney Tunes, and he whips himself around and creates enough of a burst of hot, fiery air as another version of him appears over next to you, Melis, it forming out of these sort of droplets of grease that fly off of him. And Bulford, you feel the top of your head go cold.
I hate this.
As he does that. That is the end of Bulford's turn. Yeah.
I'm going to use my reaction to absorb half of those hit points into the utensil part.
Sounds good. So you would go ahead and absorb 7, call it.
Oh, 7? Okay.
Yeah. End of Bulford's turn. Charles, you're up.
Okay. How's Bulford looking after that?
Well, I got 25 hit points left out of 75, so I think I'm doing great.
Bulford's feeling about a third there.
Yep.
Okay.
His
So I
shirt's
should probably go
gone.
for the heal.
Half his ass got chewed.
Just a weird question though. Do I get the sense that Donald McRonald is a shapeshifter of some kind?
Make a... Jeez. Make an insight or nature check. Your choice. I think
Okay,
I know
well,
what
let's
the
hope I
choice
got
is.
good bonuses.
Well, I'm pretty sure nature is a intelligence-based...
Don't ask me about my nature. Do not ask about
Yeah.
-4.
You just live in a swamp.
I just live in a swamp. You think natural shit happens out there?
Nothing
That's fair.
natural happens in that there swamp.
Alright, that's a +5, so that's only a 10 insight.
10. Unclear, but
Unclear.
you don't think so. You don't really know why he got all big and stuff, other than he pulled that stuff out of his arms, and I think his face too, actually. And then he grew. So you don't think that he's... Not in the same way that you are, at least.
Okay. I was about to say, I was gonna hit him with that fucking moonbeam, if possible. I mean, there's not a lot.
Roasty,
I
toasty,
guess-
artichokey.
Yeah. Well, we'll go back down and we'll drop another heal on your boy Wolford.
Okay.
Let's see what type of... I got 1 4th level, and I'd really like to save that in case one of us dies.
Save it. With the
Appreciate
rate Bulford's going, save it.
Okay, we'll use my last 3rd level spell slot then.
Okay.
Okay. 13. Oh, so that's 18 hit points.
Nice. I like it. I like it. We're good. We're getting there. We're cruising. We're making poor choices. Bulford lives and
That's the
make
name of
another
the
bad
game, though.
choice.
Yeah, and then just as a bonus action, I'd like to fly above the real one and just I'm gonna try and shoot this here. I'm gonna fucking get this.
Make a Constitution check for me. This is
Okay,
a
that's
fun
much
game now.
better. That's a 17.
17. You flap up over the one that just appeared next to Melis, and you squeeze your giant goose insides, and you feel just something fall from you. Melis, you look up just in time and take a step to the side as there's like just this strafing run of goose shit that hits the deck and goes straight over the top of this guy as Charles just flies by overhead.
Good.
I
Glad
just
to hear it.
telepathically say, I told you.
He seems largely unfazed by it for the moment, but takes note as you fly past overhead.
The shock hasn't settled yet.
Just alright, fuck, I'm gonna... Okay, I guess I'll change back to Charles so I can summon a giant mirror in front of him. It just... No. That's all he's got.
Okay, sounds good. End of Charles's turn. Yeah, end of Charles's turn. He's going to spend his second legendary action as he looks around at all of you, reaches up, touches his hair to the already solidifying goose shit, looks around and says, "Fine then. You force my hand. and he is going to use multiple locations again. I think it's Mellis and Bulford again to make dexterity saves for me.
24.
Okay.
25.
Okay, you guys each take 5 points of fire damage as the one that's next to Mellis now twists up and spins around, letting out this hot wave of grease that goes ahead and actually coalesces over next to the prone body of one Mr. Fiery laying on the ground. Wolford, the cold sensation against your forehead disappears as the one that you have pinned to the wall fades out, just sort of turns back into this grease and sort of runs down the backside of the wall. That is the end of Charles's turn. Mellis, you're up.
So, how far away is he from me?
Well, there's the one that's right next to you.
Yeah. How far away is the real one from me?
The real one is, let's see, probably about 10 feet away from you, 15 feet away.
Oh, okay. Great. Great. I'm going to go and hit him.
With your maul?
Yes.
Okay, as you run away from the one that's standing next to you.
Yep.
He's going to swing at you. That is a 16 to hit?
16 is my armor class.
Okay, so that does hit. There is. Oh, wow, I rolled so bad. That is 10 points of slashing damage to you as you duck around and run up under the arm of this one, and it reaches out and catches you sort of across the back, skating across the back of your chain shirt, but still cutting in right underneath it with the bottom claw.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna hit him with my maul.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, so close. 26 to hit.
26 does hit, yeah.
Okay. Plus 5 is 12. I'm gonna expend the 7 that I had, the points of damage that I had scooped up into my necklace.
Sure thing.
So that's 19 plus Hunter's Mark is 25 points of damage.
25 points of damage.
And then Acorn is gonna dive bomb him again.
Okay.
For an additional 6 points.
So that's 31 points of damage as you come, you duck around, catch a hit across your back, and bring up your maul straight up over the top of your head and come crashing down onto his shoulder as he's turned a little bit away from you right now. Your maul comes and you can feel something give as soon as you hit into the shoulder joint. Somewhere between the actual shoulder and the collarbone, something splits and twists out, and you see this sort of like strange bulge in under the skin here now. As the maul comes crashing down, there is the blast of heat from the grease that you had previously stored up in your necklace, and Acorn jumps off over the top, and instead of diving into the same wound that you put as she usually does, goes and grows almost like these extra long spectral talons and just rakes across his face, leaving more lines of red running down the like almost pure white skin over the like gash of a mouth that is breaking across his face. It doesn't look good by any stretch of the imagination here.
I'm gonna say, you should see someone about your face, and then I'm gonna had taken them all down over his head, and now I'm gonna swing it up to hit him the second time.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, 18 to hit.
That does hit. Go ahead and roll some damage.
Cool. Alrighty, so that is a 14 plus 18 points of damage.
18 more points of damage. Math. Oh man, I can't do math. Why is this so difficult for me? There we go. As you bring them all down, Talamy should get somebody to look at his skin and bring it rocketing back up. You actually snap the jaw shut on itself, and you can hear the sound of teeth crashing together inside of his head. And as you pull them all back and away, the jaw snaps back open, and just like little fragments fall out of his mouth and just sort of down to the ground.
I'm gonna throw up a little bit. But onto him.
Right, yeah. It's the little bit that you get where it doesn't actually like come out, so you can kind of just like it over at him too. All right, end of your turn, Melis?
Yes.
All right, end of Melis's turn brings us back to the top with him. He is the secondary one. First is going to come again, like sort of gorilla run over towards Melis, and come crashing down on you with a claw first. That's a 22 to hit.
Yeah.
That is 13 points of slashing damage as it comes and crashes into you, catching you sort of across the back again in the same general area that you had been hit before. As the one that you have just walked up and started smacking around with your maul starts talking again. And he says, as this claw crashes into your back, "You three don't understand. This is my rightful place. I am the one who is going to bring this city into its next era of prosperity." And Melis, there's going to be a bite attack at your back as well from the second one.
And I'm
Wolfer
gonna
just like says from the wall, "You ain't gonna do shit."
I'm gonna absorb half of that first attack into my necklace.
Okay, sounds good. So the second, the bite attack is going to be an 18 total to hit. Which is going to be 21 points of piercing damage and 3 points of poison damage.
Can I change my mind about which one I absorb?
Sure. Yeah,
oh, okay.
Sure.
So hold on.
So 23 would be 11.
Okay.
So you take 11, you absorb 11.
Great.
As the secondary one bites down into your back, the first one continues to talk as he reaches down towards the prone form of Fiery. He says, "This man here sent me out of the city. He cast me out as if I was nothing. I tried everything I could to help him." He picks him up by like the back of the neck and begins to lift him up in front of you. He says, "He took everything from me, and now I'm going to take everything from him, and then every one of you." And he's going to the hot one now, because Melis, those strikes were ice cold against you, is going to drive a claw up into the stomach of Fiery, which is
Great.
17 to hit, and because it's a melee attack within 5 feet of an incapacitated creature, that is 2 auto fails. You guys watch as the already like sort of beaten and battered Fiery, who's hanging there, gets a claw driven up Bilford in a very familiar now to you fashion. Driven
I can't
up,
see it.
so that's right, up sort of under his ribs, and he lets go of the back of his neck, and he holds him there on the claw for a second before just letting him slide off onto the ground into another pile. And he turns to the rest of you and says, "You're next." And
What happened? What's going on?
what's going on? This
Just
one
directly
is
to his mind. I better go. He ain't wrong. You ain't shit.
Point of fact, I think we were actually first. But you know, whatever you want to say.
And his second attack is gonna come to the person that just broke his teeth. So,
Yep.
That is a natural 20
Oh
Okay.
against
no!
Malice.
Yeah.
Fuck.
mhm.
It's a claw attack, so it's not quite as big. Oh, and I didn't roll great. That is 15 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
As he whips around, the same claw sort of shining with a little bit of fiery blood, who you can see just now has like red expanding across his otherwise pretty much entirely white and gold flamed uniform outfit thing, and drives it down into you. And Melis, being this close to him, you can see now he's got like this. He had this sort of crazed look in his eye before, but he's got like this panicked, almost like cornered animal kind of look in his face now. He looks not great. That brings us to Bulford.
You've been looking great for a minute. Okay. I'm gonna
He looks
myself-
really not great.
I'm gonna rip myself out the wall. We're done. He ain't there no more. I'm gonna turn around, survey the scene real fast.
You see two identical giant hulking figures standing on either side of Melis.
God damn it! And then I realize that Mater's not there.
And then you do notice that there is a distinct
No.
lack of a small alligator in the room.
It's only taken a couple turns for me to finally remove myself from the wall. You.
We thought it were best if you got acclimated first.
You bastard. Alright then, this is what you want. And I just start charging at the one, because I'm gonna also assume I see Fiery on the ground.
Yes,
Bloody.
yes, you see the bleeding body on the
So-
ground.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go after the one who's got some bloody claws, because, like the hot one.
I mean, technically they both would, because they have both just ripped into Melis a few times.
Oh, that's right.
Would I be able
Make a
to?
perception check, Bulford.
Okay. I'm pretty good at those.
Mr. Utensil of Mind. Let's see what you got here.
Mr. Smart Man. That is a 22.
22. You look, just take stock between the two of them, and you realize that one of them, you can just make out it has like broken tops to its teeth, that the other one does not have. And you remember hearing like little tingly sounds as something hit the ground after you had been stuck in the wall. So you go ahead and you start charging towards that one.
I'm a hit and kick him and spend my key point.
For
To get
flurry of
that
blows or
extra?
for stunning strike?
Both.
Okay.
So one for flurry, one for stunning strike, and we'll just go down the list.
All right. Let's see what we got.
That is. Math is hard. Why did
Yes.
I play this game when math is so hard? All right, that's
What a good
15
question.
plus 7, so 22 for the first hit. Natural 20
Also
for the
hits.
second.
Hell yeah!
Not great for the other one. It's a total of not 17. So that third one does not work. And then 18 plus 7, whatever the hell that one
Yep,
is.
that hits. So 2 hits and a crit.
Yep. And one
Let's see what you
stunning
got here.
strike.
Wolf.
I don't know
Right.
if it's gonna be useful or not, but like, I want to just fucking do it.
That's a lot again. That's a 24.
I hate him. I hate him a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, all right. So that is 8 for the regular, 6 for the other regular one. So 6 is 14. And then that's 9 doubled for the crit is 18. So whatever that is altogether, doubled.
That's a lot. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is, but it doesn't matter. Paint me a picture here, Bulford. What you got?
Let's see. So I see that Melis is a little beat up. Are you still a goose?
Oh, I'm a goose. I'm flying pretty. I've taken because temporary points, I'm 10 points down from full health.
Charles just keeps flying away. He can't get to it.
So smart. I see the goose
Charles
with
is
just a
doing
streaks
A-okay.
of shit across the room. And then Mr. Fiery on the ground, struggling. And then then I remember Mater not here to get his killing blow. I run up and I just jump up and just come down right between the eyes for the first hit. Kick inside of the roof of his mouth for the second, which will topple me a little bit when I miss my third one.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I land on the ground, a little shaken, I just spin around and kick up into his gut with the last one.
Okay, sounds good. So Bulford comes running over, leaps up, Superman punch. You feel like time slows down just a little bit for you. Honestly, almost reminiscent of the slam dunk into the Tesla coil thing. You know,
Redemption arc,
but instead, full back, fist connecting to the top of the head, sends him down onto a knee a little bit, land, jump up, kick up into the roof of his mouth with your foot. Again, sort of slow right before it hits it, but you feel the contact go in, sending him up and down onto his ass, sitting back as you sweep out with your leg again, just streaking past, and he goes, no, this is my city. This is as you come down and just the last one just crashed down into him. There is another small crack of force damage, or of force, as you catch up to your mind strike, as the center of his chest almost just implodes on itself from the spot where Melis had shot the arrow into it, and his entire chest cavity just caves in, and he lets out sort of a and you watch the pupils dilate back out, relax a little bit, and he falls backwards, laying on the ground, not moving anymore.
Before it gets too late, I'm gonna hit everybody up with some healing real quick. I'm gonna use my last wild shape, get everybody fiery included if possible.
Mm-hmm.
13 hit points.
13 hit points. Charles, you go ahead and you send out that blast of healing energy. You watch it wash over the body of Fiery, but not actually sort of stop and sink in at all. Upon inspection, it looks like the man is currently laying dead on the ground.
Shit.
Eek.
I don't got anything for that.
Well,
we
made
made
it
it
this
again.
far. Maybe we should take him downstairs.
Oh yeah, there's real
There's
people.
powerful people down there.
downstairs.
There's some y'all are magic-y users, but I think they probably study this shit a little bit harder than we do. Well, y'all do. No offense.
No,
They
not
seem-
taken. Bulford, why don't you pick him up and carry him, and I'm gonna run ahead, and yell for him.
All right,
I know
Bulford
we're
would just
coming.
Hulk him up on the shoulder, where leaving the side of his leg that got a good chomp. It'll
Yep.
be the opposite shoulder.
Okay.
Just kind of start limping towards
Bulford,
the door.
as you reach down to scoop him up to throw him over your shoulder, you feel the energy across your face pulse again and get hotter as you come down and pick him up and put him up over your shoulder, and begin to make your way out of the room as Melis starts to run her way out the room. Let's see, Charles, you're the one that's still in the room. As you look over in your giant goose form at Bulford, you can see the glasses on his face are glowing bright at this point, letting off ambient light, as he's
I'll use
Lifts his way away.
telepathy to. I'll use telepathy to yell at Melis while in goose form, of course. Hold on,
Naturally.
before you leave, perhaps we should try and gather the sacred relic.
Mr. Fiery? Who is that?
Do you hear
Well, it is
voices
me.
too?
Are
It
we
is
going
me, Charles.
crazy? Is that a
It is
side effect
Charles.
of the utensil? What?
Charles.
You're not Charles. You're an
Of
imposter.
course I'm Charles. Why would you think any differently?
You don't sound like Charles.
This is
Are
how I
you
think
the
I
devil?
This is probably not. Nobody's ever asked me that. No. This is how I sound in my mind, and assumedly outside of my mind as well.
It is not.
What's not? What's going on?
You're shitting me.
Did the voice? I'll like start running back.
I'm gonna say, Melis, you've stopped and turned around. You can see the glow off of Bulford's face, and the
Holy
goose is
shit.
just staring at you.
Wilford, when you
What?
were hearing voices, did they claim to be somebody?
No, they just said they were going to heal me, and then I felt feet on my back, and then there was some wind. It was very strange. It was before I got my
That's
ass
weird.
bit, so I don't really know what's going on.
The voice is claiming
Oh.
to be Charles, and I know it's not true because it don't sound like Charles.
I'm gonna whip around to Charles. Charles, is that you?
Yes. Yes.
Not in the goose form, just to make sure.
Let me get out of the goose form, and I can explain it in my own words.
Okay.
I'll
All right.
I'll
You're gonna
be
have
more.
like one hand up because I don't
Okay.
believe him.
yeah. So, I
So
get back in my-
Charles, like, sucks back into himself.
So unnerving.
Because wild shape is only fun if you make it like this weird anamorph kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh yeah, okay. No, I believe it now.
What? It don't sound like him.
Well,
Oh,
I
you
mean,
gotta-
everybody sounds kind of different in their mind. You sound real crisp.
You need me to tell me the difference in this and this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
not too. I don't think it's too terrible, but like I think to the untrained ear, it's probably pretty startling.
Yeah.
I mean, I got cousins
was-
down
it
the
was
bayou,
pretty
so I'm
Oh,
kind of
alright.
used to it.
Oh wait, Charles, did you want something?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but they bring all the artifacts.
All right. What
Alright.
do we do with them? I mean,
Bulford has not noticed the glow
Bulford,
whatsoever.
No,
your face is glowing, man.
I know. It's probably because of the blood loss. You ain't got to point
No,
it out
no,
that
no, I
bad.
mean your glasses.
Oh, my glasses. I forgot I was wearing these. Because it's just over his fur.
Yep.
Oh,
as
I
you
know.
reach
Like,
up and touch it, Bulford, it's hot, like to the
Oh.
touch.
ooh. Y'all pull them off. They still glowing?
Oh yeah, they're very bright.
I'm gonna
You're a
touch
little
them to
concerned
fiery.
with the fact that you couldn't feel or you couldn't see the light, but you go ahead and you bring it around and you touch it to him, and they glow. They continue to glow super bright, and there's just this very faint ping sound as you touch it to him, almost like a tuning fork.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna kind of hulk him off. Slide it on his face.
He's dead. He won't feel this. Whack.
He's already dead. 2 failed saves is fine.
You know, I'll take
Not a smart man.
the necklace off
Mhm.
and come over to him and kind of like try and pull, but it's kind of there's a comical moment where like I'm fighting against his dead weight and
Yep.
he keeps flopping around.
Some real
Oh, let me
looking
help you out with
surprise.
that.
Gets the necklace around him.
As it touches him, it continues to glow, but there's another faint sort of pong sound, a lower.
Give him a pat on the forehead.
Oh, I'll come up and just think to myself, man, what would Mater do in this instance? But I'll take off the shirt. And
I'll
Okay.
help
put
like
on-
puppet him into the
We're gonna
shirt.
weakened at
Yeah.
Bernie's.
We can-
We get Bernie's into the
Yeah, it's
shirt.
a real, yeah. And somebody
Man, on the
walks in,
weird
they're gonna
off
get
chance that Guy Fieri ever watches this is going to be a weird time for him.
Ah, yes, we puppeted your dead
I just
body
imagine
around.
like everything downstairs fine, and like they're walking up like, hey guys, what's going? Oh, fuck.
Oh,
What the fuck?
One of
Not
us is like
okay.
holding him. I'm like holding him by his wrist, holding him up.
Yeah.
And else is like got him lay down here.
yeah.
As you guys work his arms into the shirt, there's another sort of faint, like, boom sound. And then all three of the notes sort of like mesh together for a second. And then it's just kind of quiet. All of these artifacts are like glowing against his body, lighting up the room more than it was. The like haze that's in here is sort of broken and dispersed by this light. And the cables and tubes that had come out of this large figure are now laying on the ground to the sides. They're not spewing any amount more of the haziness. You've got him in all of these things.
He ain't doing nothing?
Not yet. Let's see.
Anything else glowing in the room?
Make a perception check.
25.
Taking a quick look around the room, you don't see anything glowing, but you see this weird, like, glowy, shimmery outline almost in Charles's bag.
Charles, open your bag. Something glowing in there.
The menu. No, I'll pull it out.
Okay.
The menu. I'll pull them.
You go ahead and pull out the menu. And it is glowing with like this. You guys saw it glow a little bit when it got close to the different utensils and stuff. It has like this rich golden light coming off of it right now. As you pull out the menu and you flip it open, you see that the text on it has rearranged itself entirely into this like intricate incantation laid out on the page in front of you.
Wolford didn't get that far. He just saw that the menu's getting pulled out, so he just like puppets Guy Fieri's arms up to like hold it, and he's like, "I think you gotta put it in his hands." He's gotta look at the menu. He's gotta know what to order.
Charles has probably seen some weird books out in the swamp or some shit like that. Could he attempt to read the words?
Sure. Make a wisdom check for me, Charles.
Oh, thank God for not making it intelligence. Or thank you. Sorry.
It's technically a spellcasting
Okay.
check.
Oh, it doesn't matter. That's a natural one.
Aww. Damn it.
So
Charles,
if
you
want
go
to have
ahead.
my modifiers, that's a 6.
You go ahead. I mean, it would be a 6. And you start to read through it, and it's just not making any sense to you right now. It's not. You keep getting stuck on some of the different parts and having to go back and start over, and you start trying to redo some of the middle bits of the thing, and you can feel it kind of just like slipping away from you every time you start to make any progress on it.
I'll motion over to Mills and be like, "Hey, you know the man, right?"
Yeah, I'll come look over his shoulder.
Okay, go ahead and make a wisdom check for me.
Okay.
Maybe he's just gotta touch it. Bulber's just thinking of things while like moving his hands.
Yeah.
Guy Fieri's hands.
That's a 5, so let's go with that.
Bulber's just talking to himself. He said, "I'm gonna let the smart people do things," and he's just like,
Wolford's talking to himself as Melis and Charles sit there and are trying to figure out this menu, but can't seem to put together how this goes. Melis, you're having a similar problem to Charles, in particular because he's got his finger on the menu and is reading through it. You keep getting confused and going to his, and then he moves his hand in your way as he goes backwards, and you guys are kind of stumbling over each other right now.
Charles, you're covering up that word I need to see.
"Whoa, what's going on?"
Can you read it?
Read? I mean, I could try, and he'll just like wander over. He's not letting go of him.
That's fair.
What's going
Wolford, go ahead and make a wisdom check for me. As you guys have like Scooby-Doo stacked behind this menu, and are trying to read it.
It's a 14.
Okay, Wolford holding Fiery off to the side, like leaning up over Melis's shoulder, as Charles is like sitting on the ground with his menu. And Wolford, as they're both like fighting over trying to figure out whose fingers in the way and trying to read the different lines, you are like just getting past where they are every time, like just barely ahead of them. And you, Wolford, you're not a smart man.
Nope.
But that has led you to sort of like talk to yourself when you read things out loud. As you just sort of like start to mutter what you're reading under your breath. It's a bunch of words you don't actually understand. You're not totally sure how you're doing this.
At
But
some
you
point, I'll
feel-
probably use Guy Fieri's hand to
Yeah,
like, interrupt
you swing-
this.
You swing the hand over and like slap their hands out of the way.
Ah,
I'm gonna reach around and grab Fieri by the back of the head and have him like turn to look at Edward.
this is a full on Three Stooges type thing.
Oh, yeah.
This is chaos.
Oh, God.
But Bulford, you feel just sort of like the heat around your eyes again, even though the glasses are not on your face right now.
They're still attuned
As
to
the
me.
words, as the words like clarify, and you can feel the attunement to them solidify on you. And you read all the way down to the bottom of this menu. And Bulford and Mellis, you guys eventually stop fighting each other as you listen to what Bulford is saying. Or Charles and Mellis, you eventually stop fighting each other as you listen to what Bulford's saying. And Bulford, you get to the end of the menu and you finish talking and you sit there for a second. And you're not really sure what you're supposed to do. And the feeling sort of fades from your eyes. You guys all kind of look at each other like, well, shit, what do we do now? Before you hear just kind of a, from in your arms, Bulford.
Gonna drop him.
As
Step
the
back.
Hold on, guys.
on,
Yeah, I'm
Ryder.
gonna. Hold on, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna get Mater to look at this.
What you going to look up?
Just still holding the menu, looking at it. All right,
Dead
that
set
didn't work.
on
We gotta get Mater on this.
a voice that none of you guys are particularly familiar with goes, what's going on? As the head that Mellis, you are holding the back of right now, turns out of your grip and looks sort of down at the giant, like, beefy cow arms that are wrapped around him, and
Delicately
Over at-
holding him like
Yep.
a wee baby.
and over at the half elf and the Triton that are like hanging out on the ground, fighting over this menu, staring up at him now.
The shirtless Triton.
Right.
He ain't got no shirt on now.
Gonna let go of him and back away.
What did you do to my room?
Well,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
kind of a long story. You've been away for a while, Mr. Fire. It's Bulford. I know it's been a minute since we've done any business together. You usually dealt with my father and all that. He's more of the businessy type. Cattleman.
Oh, yeah. And he pats you sort of like collarbone area from like, like baby carried in his arms.
Baby carried one arm just like
Yep.
pushed out for me to use to read.
How's he looking, by the way?
Not good. Not good.
Yeah.
It seems
I'll
like
drop.
it seems like he has a whopping 1 hit point right now.
I'll drop a heal on him.
Okay. Yeah, Cattleman. Man, you guys make some of the best. Oh. Ow.
Oh, we didn't do all of this, at least not by ourselves. See, well, your city kind of got taken over, and we were trying to help save it.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
there's this clown, and I like just turn so he can look at the corpse.
You turn and point him towards it. And he goes, "Oh, Wellesley, what did you do?" Okay.
He gets 11 hit points back.
Okay. You go ahead and you reach out and you touch him, and he heals over, a little bit. He still looks pretty not great, but the gaping wounds in his stomach are not quite as gaping.
I'm gonna reach out and I'll pat him on the belly, near, but not on the gaping wounds, and I'll
Okay.
Just
I'll
pat the holes.
there, and I'm
Touch each one of them.
and he gets well, that's really low. 6 hit points. That was a
6 hit
terrible
points.
roll.
Okay, so he's up at 18 now. He goes,
I'm keeping that 5th level spell slot. I gotta save it for later.
Yeah, you
We'll
better.
drop another 1st level.
he goes, okay. I think I can stand up.
Oh, all right. Then I'll just kind of.
He his feet hit the ground, and they kind of go out from under him for a second, and grabs onto you, Bulford, and he pulls himself up, sort of steadies himself, and stands up, and looks down, and sort of like wipes off where the holes in his shirt are that are like soaked through with blood, and he goes, "Man, this is my favorite shirt too."
A good one.
Sorry about that.
I mean, your shirt looks pretty bad too. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Listen, I'm not prepared to deal with how upset my wife's gonna be.
That's fair.
Also, are you okay to stand? I could continue holding you. It's like holding a couple of grapes. It's fine.
You know, I can't think of the last time I was compared to a couple of grapes, but I think I'm okay. I think it'll be good for me to walk around a little bit.
Well, also all the guardians of the utensils, which you're actually kind of wearing right now. By the way, we had to go collect those. All of them are just downstairs. You want us to bring them up, or do you want to go down and meet them?
Oh, we can go see him.
All right. I will walk kind of like behind him, like I'm walking after like one of my kids, ready to like catch them if they fall.
So he
Can't
turns
use
to start,
healies. So that's all I got. It's got dad powers.
Yep. He turns to start to walk down, and he pauses for a second and glances one more time over at the like limp form that's laying, ripped apart pretty much on the ground. And he sighs and shakes his head, and he goes in and he makes his way down the stairs. About halfway down the stairs, Bulford, you feel a little bit better about where he's at. Like you can see that like the moving after the healing and everything is just taking him a little while to get himself back into into movement shape here. But you guys go ahead and you make your way down, and you walk out into this room. Did you guys let him go first, or was somebody in front of him?
I'll lead the way.
I would let him go first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take up the rear.
Okay. So Melis, you walk out. You push open this door that's at the bottom of the stairs, the one that you guys had just run through a little bit ago. And the inside of this room, or what's left of this room, is just covered in drone carcasses. Like, they are everywhere. There are some that are like just shredded pieces of metal now, some that have been like smashed together, exploded. You see like some of them jammed in the remainder of the wall, like impacted up in there, and some of them that look totally untouched that are just like laying on the ground now. But sitting in the center of the room is a rather large demon, a even larger emerald gemstone dragon sort of like curled up around the other two, and a very tiny old gnome woman, just sort of all sitting, and they all sort of look up and stand and start to come towards you guys as you come out. And as soon as they see him walking out behind you, Melis, they all kind of freeze for a second before rushing in even faster over towards you guys. He, as soon as he sort of sees them, lights up and straightens himself up a little bit more, and he waves to him and goes, "Hey, friends! Sorry I was gone, I guess. I'm back." So the other three guardians of the city rush over and like give him a hug. The emerald dragon kind of like shrinks down to humanoid form. He's this large, greenish skinned man who comes over and gives him like a big like bro-y forearm handshake, just as bro as possible. The tiny gnome lady just sort of gives him a pat on the arm, and the giant demon man, who cannot become smaller, comes over and sort of kneels down and reaches down and wraps up sort of up to his elbow in a hand and shakes it. And the tiny gnome lady looks over at you guys and says, thank you so much for finding him. What happened up there? We were fighting and then the drones just stopped. They all fell to the ground. And
Well, that's interesting.
something you did must have finished everything off.
Well, there's a clown up there, and we killed the clown. I'll say that as I like realize that I still have like shreds of shirt on, and I'll just like start taking it off because there's no point. Ain't no saving this one.
Her eyes like just kind of keep flicking over to Bulford.
Yeah, the city should be all good to go now. But there is a clown corpse up there that you'll have to deal with. So.
At least it's just one. He kept trying to divide himself, and that was just rather annoying.
Yeah, I showed him the head.
They all look at you guys like kind of confused, and Fiery raises a hand and says, it was Wellesley. He had come and he wanted to have lunch a few months back, and so I figured, hey, this would be a great way to sort of like reconnect, get put stuff behind us, and didn't work out for us. So I don't know what happened in the meantime, but I guess I'm back.
Oh,
so
who is that?
He's an old friend of mine. We had a falling out a ways back. He
was evil.
He wasn't evil. He was just not. He was not what this city was looking for. And
Bulford's just gonna casually look back at his like ass, and then look back. Yeah, sure, I ain't evil. Okay.
Look, clearly there's been some kind of a problem here with him, and I don't know what that is. But I am going to figure it out, and we're going to deal with it.
He dead.
Apparently he's dead. So I guess we're just going to have to do some cleanup here and make sure that whatever this is doesn't happen again.
What was he? He kept opening his mouth bigger than it should have.
I don't know. The Wellesley I know is just a guy.
So
he probably made one of them their packs with one of them scary supernatural things.
I mean, when we entered the room, he was connected to all these tubes and like injecting himself, making himself bigger. You know what that could have been?
Uncle did that once. I think it's called
honestly.
steroids.
I honestly thought it was just aesthetic, honestly.
Real problem. You just get the roid rage. We had to take him out the pasture. It's so bad.
I mean, the city's powerful. If he was siphoning power from the city, maybe it's something like that. But I don't.
Oh, so he was juicing straight from the city itself?
Oh,
based on what you're describing, that's kind of what it sounds like to me.
Doesn't sound like it'd be particularly healthy. Maybe that's why he looked the
No,
way
but
he did.
didn't. Yeah, he didn't look healthy, so that makes sense.
That's why that city water just does something weird.
It's true.
No offense to you city slickers, but this city water does some weird stuff to y'all.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Who am I to argue with the people that just saved me? Saved the city. Got us.
The most ungrateful, rudest heroes.
I know we just saved your city and all, but let me talk some shit about it real quick.
I know we just saved your city and I puppeted you like as a corpse, but fuck your water in particular, right?
Use your whole body. It's just a straight up puppet. God.
It was weird. It was a little weird.
Mr. Fiery, you probably, I guess you know that your former friend is evil and you were gone for a couple months, but also while he had taken over the city, he mind controlled all of your people, and also all of these chain restaurants sprung up and everybody was being forced to work there, and basically all you got out there is just like a soulless population, and so you might want to tend to that.
And a canyon.
There's the canyon, and then these drones that
you don't forget about the drone. Bulford, drone the drone.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'll pull out the one last episode. Yeah, see, we were tracking them through these gemstones right here. Every time they got real close, or every time they were coming this way, it started glowing, and that's how we knew that they were.
Now, it seems like all the drones might have shut themselves down when Wellesley died, but you might be able to use this in case to help track them down.
Right. If not, it'll make a lovely wind chime.
Yeah.
You know,
You
just
know
like
what?
whack
Oh,
it
yeah.
together.
It's just rocks connected by like electrical cabling. Like, he says, "Oh man, I was really hoping that fixing that wall over there was going to be my biggest problem to deal with, but
Oh,
I guess that's kind of par
Oh,
for the course
no.
here. Yeah, those chains. That was Wells's idea. He always wanted to try and speed up production, make everything streamlined, get it as fast as possible, sort of no matter what the cost of food. And that's not the kind of thing we're trying to make here. We're trying to make killer eats for anybody that wants it in the city here. Find,
Hey.
the best around, bring them in, and let them shine here.
Yeah.
And, but see, he didn't see it that way. He wanted to figure out the best way to make everything as fast as possible and as cheap as possible. So those
Gotta
chains,
understand about quality.
we let a couple of them in, placeholders. They have their place for whatever they need, but they weren't soul sucking or anything like that. So we're gonna have to deal with that.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, a pretty easy solution if you gut it and you make it real purty. Like you could probably make them into some, extra homes for people. No homeless population.
we could
That's
burn.
not a bad idea.
Yeah, we were thinking about burning them, but we'll let
but-
you make that decision.
Burn it, y'all. People need homes.
Oh yeah, burn and
Well-
rebuild.
Yeah, burn it.
Yeah. Then you're creating jobs.
Y'all are in the wrong part of the continent. That's on the West Coast. The West Coast they keep burning stuff. We don't got to do that over here.
Oh, I
That's
know
where
one
all the
over there.
forest fires and whatnot are.
Oh,
Come
no.
on.
Well, I would say you should get rid of them because I feel like you let one in, they're just gonna take over. It's
That's why
kind of
you
like
gut it.
you got it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you,
pretty
you
bad.
get one raccoon in the chicken house, and soon all sorts of nighttime critters are gonna show up.
Yeah, you got one Dick Models, and then before you know it, you got a Chipotle, Joe Bangles,
You can't have that Dick Models.
Denny's.
I'm gonna be honest. You guys are just saying a lot of words right now, but I think you're probably right. Well,
You do whatever you need to do with the city. I ain't staying.
we're gonna run them out. You guys aren't gonna stay?
I mean, we got to get home to our families and
I'm
our
out of
farms and our
clothes,
swamps.
sir.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta supply him with some more flannel shirts if you want him to stick around.
I ain't got no more. I got one flannel left, sir, but I keep that for on the off chance that I am no longer here. You see this
can't wear your
bracelet?
death shirt.
That's my
I
death
will
shirt.
be
I can't
lucky
be
if
wearing
the,
that. If I walked up into my house and my wife saw that, it would be. She would make sure that is the last shirt I wore.
Yeah.
Also, my pants.
I will be lucky if my home is filled above water. It's probably.
I mean, hey, I'm not gonna try and tell you how to what to do. I thought maybe this would be a sort of changing of the guard type of thing if you were sticking around. But if you're not sticking around, then that's a-okay too. You guys have helped.
I could send one of my boys
More
down
than you.
here, or one of my kids will probably like it. They can take my place and all that. Some of them want to be in the city anyway.
There's swamp pot over in the south part.
Not so much swamp over there, but plenty of. If you're out from the swamps and that's your kind of thing, you're probably not going to find anything you're really looking for out there.
Gingy, we could probably make a swamp section out there for you.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, they'll do that.
We'll swamp it up.
You go swamp it. I'll come.
Okay, keep that in mind. So, what do you guys want to do?
Well, if you do need anything or you have problems that come back, you can always reach out to us. We can come in.
Yeah, just send a goose.
Special mention. Yeah, send a goose. About to say that.
That
Yeah,
little asshole.
I don't know why
Bart's
you
the one that
saying
got
that.
you guys.
Yeah, you know
What do you
him.
know about that?
Yeah, what's wrong with him?
Nothing. He's one of my oldest friends. He's one of the first people I brought here. He's a
saying that.
funny little dude. I like him
Yeah.
a lot.
He's
Real obsessed
doing
with
good.
geese.
He said
Yeah,
he's a real
yeah.
big goose.
Never met anybody like that. It's really strange, but
He's gonna look at Charles.
Another good goose. Yeah, I
Just
turn
a
a real
quick
big
glance.
goose. So I shit on a little big goose.
does that mean that there's goose shit upstairs right now?
You know what? I guess I think it's time for us to make our
I think it's just on the
we gotta go
corpse.
home. you got a lot to handle. If you ever need some help, you can always call on the Catalan or the rest of us. We've all been here. We all got families and
Yeah.
whatnot, and people that we know we can bring in and help out.
Oh yeah.
But right now
Yeah.
we are particularly tired and particularly homesick. I also have to stop by a grocery store because I gotta get some stuff for
We
the
gotta
house.
get you bread and
Yep.
Egg?
Egg.
you need I got eggs. I can
I
get
got
you
it.
eggs.
So I just
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
get me some bread. I already know what happened to the milk. We ain't gotta get no milk. I know
Okay.
what was going on. So
Was
we're
there
good to
anything
go.
else?
And then if you ever want to visit and just kind of
Yeah, Mary, you coming with us? Or you gonna follow later?
you can come out whenever you want. The farm's always
Yeah.
open.
I think
I
I'll
tell
just
you
wink
what.
at her.
Yeah. I
just
tell you what. I'll make
flushed
I'm gonna
red
get some.
immediately.
I tell you, I'm gonna get some stuff. Cook out at my place about 2 days. Y'all come on by.
Oh yeah, we'll come on by.
Yeah.
Can I bring Great Pot?
Yeah.
That'd be good. He needs an
Yeah.
outing.
Bring it by. That go to y'all too, and I'll say that to everybody else sitting there.
They all kind of nod along.
You're just lost and confused with our
they're-
nonsense.
everyone is just a touch confused. Mary is definitely hung up on the coming out to the farm and just kind of swimming through their heads in there. They're like, there's the general chorus of, yeah, we'll try and make it. We'll probably need to rebuild some stuff in the city, but we'll see what we can do. So, what is it that you three would like to do?
I'm going shopping. I gotta get bread.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, you guys are gonna go ahead and head out of the city.
Yeah. As we leave, do the people, like the citizens, seem like they're coming back to life, or do they still seem like soulless and dead? What's kind of the vibe?
So as you guys go ahead and make your way out of the temple, you come to the edge of the chasm that's ringing the entire temple, and this sort of like glittering red spectral bridge sort of like builds itself out in front of you, the same color as the car, which is sitting off to the side, if you were so inclined. I know your last adventure in it was so fun for everyone.
Are you saying we could steal Mr. Fiery's car?
I'm saying it's sitting there. I'm not saying you
What
can steal it,
A
but
banger to leave out on. We
All right, bye.
use him as a puppet, steal his car.
Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. Of course, I'm gonna summon Mater the Gator as we walk out.
Oh, yeah.
okay. Mater
As a
pops into existence.
4th level spell, the highest he can be summoned.
Later.
Later, holy
I'm
shit!
just gonna wrap him up in a big old hug.
I'm gonna wrap both of them up in a big old hug. Just pick them both up.
Charles, get in here.
All right.
And
man,
now
I'll go
pick
get-
him up,
yeah,
too.
pick him.
Big group hug. And you guys are gonna walk your way across the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if you were taking the car or not.
Oh, okay. I'll give it a little goodbye, I guess, like a see ya.
There's a very faint, just sort of sound from the
Kinda-
engine as you guys
Kind of
walk your way
nervously
across
side
the
eye the car.
and actually, as you guys are walking through the streets, the metallic clanging sound that has just filled the city since you got here is quiet and gone. There's nothing happening, but there is the faint sound of chatter coming just sort of from all around. As you work your way down the street towards the front entrance, and past these buildings, past some of the chains that are now dark on the inside, with people standing on the steps or standing in the street outside of them, looking around, kind of like looking up at the sun, like sort of bleary-eyed and not really sure exactly where they are or anything like that, taking stock of everything that's going on. you get a lot of people who kind of look at you and just sort of nod and like wave and nod, like they aren't entirely sure why, but they feel like compelled to acknowledge you and see you in some way, as you guys are walking out. And they,
As we pass them, I'll be like, y'all should head towards the temple. This has got some interesting stuff there for you.
and actually, as you say that to a couple of the groups that are standing there, you guys have been passing people that are making their way in the opposite direction of you towards the center of the city. As a lot of them are walking, they're like unbuttoning shirts and taking off this like gray sort of boring uniform that they had been wearing, and either like slinging it over their shoulder or throwing it off to the side in the street. As in front of you is this crowd of gray, and behind you, sort of as you pass them, is this crowd of like different colors of clothes and actual like talking back and forth, and this general din starts to build behind you. Like the city is like waking up again almost, as you make your way out. And the smell here that was just this stale fry oil for such a long time is actually very quickly beginning to fade out into like genuine rich smells again, that you're more familiar with from the city, like spice smells and meat smells and that sort of thing that are just sort of beginning to fill the area as the people walk back towards the center of the city. You make a quick pit stop at a store, pick up some bread, before making your way on out of the city through the main road that you came in on. You pass the guard stand, where you guys as a trio had your first real interaction with each other, your first debauchery that happened.
I'm gonna glare at the guard.
Yep.
Totally different guy, entirely different person.
Never mind. I'll start the glare until I realize it's a different person. It's like, never mind.
You start the, and this one is like kind of leaning out of the window, looking down into the city a little bit, as the gates are now sitting open again, which is what you are accustomed to. And you guys go ahead and begin to make your way back up the sort of rolling hills outside, and as you pass through the gates and off into the grasses a little bit, you can hear the bustle of the city actually begin again, which is a very welcome change that you weren't really expecting. As you guys make your way out of the city, you find your way back to the first spot where the three of you sort of converged, up on the other side of the ridge that sort of surrounds the city, to where you guys would break off to head back to your individual houses.
Well, Charles, see you in a couple days for the cookout.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I'll have some seafood stuff, so you don't gotta worry about the chick.
All right. Sounds good to
Sounds
me.
good.
If you ever want to come out to the farm, we got plenty of room to play around in, hang out. The missus can cook up just about anything. I'm pretty good at baking, I guess, now.
Yeah.
I have to, yeah,
Usually my kids are a little bit better at baking than me or my wife, but who knows? I got a hidden talent now.
Yeah, you sure do. Yeah, I want to meet the missus at some point here.
Yeah,
she can be pretty nice. She got a little bit of a temper on her, but
That's good.
that's
too.
what I love about her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She really puts me in my place sometimes. I need it.
Y'all have to come out to the coop sometimes, and you can
Absolutely, I gotta hear all
hear
the
Grandpa's
stories.
stories
From
and Grandpa
yeah.
and Grandpa, they can tell you all about, the good old days back when they were young and all that.
I'm under the
Sounds good.
So you guys go ahead and you split off,
Yep.
each making your individual ways back to where you all started this weird interaction with a goose.
From the top of my head as I walk away, Acorn flaps her wings in a goodbye.
Flaps majestically.
I'll have Mater do his little alligator paw.
Yep. Little alligator
Over
foot.
this wave.
Let's see. you guys go ahead and you split, making your way towards your different homes across the different districts outside of the city here. You guys all would arrive back towards the end of the day, towards sunset time. Charles, you come up on one of the big fan boats. You've taken it back out to the swamp area, and you get a couple of people who are just kind of waving at you as you come in. And someone that you recognize as good old Reggie comes on up to you and says, "Well, hey, Charles, how you doing? You've been going a long time, man."
Yeah, I'm going, brother, baby. I'm happy, man.
I'm pretty good out here. It's been weird without you out here. What you been up to, man?
Nah, it's just stays and shit like that. I don't know, man.
Oh, you're gonna have to tell me about that. It's been a long time since I've been in the city.
Oh yeah, I got a friend coming down for a cookout today. You come.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna miss me a cookout.
Huh?
Lord, tell me about this venture in the city a little bit here.
Okay, just come on over and get your drink out and all that, and I'll tell you about the big old goose.
The big old goose. All right. And you go ahead and you go off to have a quick little drink with Reggie. Talk about the big old goose.
Big old goose.
Big old goose. Bulford, as you are making your way back out to the farm, sunset is hitting out over the pastures as you come up onto your house, and you can hear from inside the sound of a small herd of children just crashing around in there, and after about 30 seconds, the front door busts open, and two of them come sprinting out, and they go running off to the side for a second before they turn and look at you, and they go, "Dad!" And they come running over to you, and chasing after them out the front door, holding a broom kind of up in one hand, is your wife, and she comes out and says, "I swear to God, y'all, there you are. It's been a while.
Darling.
Where?"
I'm just shirtless and have my pants on.
Yep. Wilford is pretty much naked, walking up with a loaf of bread and some eggs.
Yep.
That was a long. That was longer than I expected. I'm gonna be honest with you, but
Me too.
I'm glad to see you back, and I'm glad to see that you remembered the bread and the eggs.
It took me a minute. I also remembered. So I got a story to tell you about why we had such low sales on the milk.
Well, I mean, story's a good story, pretty much always. Come on, dinner's about on the table, and you two get back in here and go wash up for dinner.
You gotta listen to your mom now.
Okay, sorry, Dad. And they go ahead and they run off. She comes out and sort of puts her arm around your waist and says, "And let's get you a shirt, maybe?"
Yep. Some pants too.
Should I be worried about all this, or?
Oh, it's gonna take a little bit to heal up. It's fine. Someone just wanted a piece of prime grade A cattleman.
Well, can't really blame him for that. And you feel just a slap on your ass. She says,
Whew.
It's been a long
long
little bit here. And
also, we should be expecting. We got a cookout to go to. We should be expecting a visitor probably as well. Don't worry, I'll tell you all about them.
Well, all right. Sounds like a lot of story for dinner.
Oh yeah. It's gonna take all the dinner and probably a little bit more. Hopefully, it won't take too long, but it'll be entertaining to say the least. I'm glad
sure
to be
it will.
back, and you could definitely take the next adventure. I need a break.
You know I'm going to take you up on that. Come on, let's go inside. You guys go ahead and walk, sort of arms wrapped around each other inside, where your, massive herd of children is crashing through the house, getting ready for dinner. Melis, you come back up on the coop. Acorn and Captain Featherbottom kind of hop down. Acorn down, Captain Featherbottom up onto your shoulders, and kind of and start to make their way over towards the actual coop area. As you come back up to home, and you walk in through your front door, and you hear what sounds like almost the exact same conversation your grandpa, and your great paw were having when you left originally. Great paw is yelling about those old days back in my day. We could do whatever we wanted. All these dang kids these days need to just stop with that. And your paw's like, yeah, I know. Okay, I know. I understand that. We've been over this a few times already. And your grandpa goes, well, it just seems like he needs to really get out a little bit more than he does. And
Grandpa, I'm home.
who is that? Who? Melis?
Hi.
Hi. That's a nice chain shirt.
Well, yeah, I got it from upstairs.
You got it from upstairs?
Well, yeah.
Oh.
It was yours, Grandpa. Back in the war.
Oh, that's why. Okay, well, I've been dying. All right, look at that. Okay. And your paw gets up.
I brought this home too, and I pull out the maul, plunk it down on the table.
Your paw gets up and comes over and gives you a hug and says, "It's good to have you back, darling. We were getting worried about you. You'd been gone for a little while there, and left with the shirt and the maul.
You know me. I always come back in one piece.
I know, but your paw got to worry.
I know. I appreciate it.
So, you gonna tell us about what you've been up to, or?
Well, yeah, sure. I came back and I brought a whole bunch of stories. So,
stories is the best. What's she saying? I can't hear from over here.
I have some stories to tell you.
Story? I thought you went to get food. I'm hungry.
We have food here.
Great paw, you just ate. What are you talking about? No, I did just eat. Why am I still hungry? Okay.
Well,
stories.
Pa, whip us up some eggs and I'll tell everyone my stories.
All right. 3 dozen eggs coming up.
All right, sounds good. It's good to be home.
It's good to have you home. Yeah, it's good to see you again, girlie. You settle in, and between the 4 of you guys, eat your 3 dozen eggs. And each of you guys individually in your own homes tell the stories of the insane adventure you just went on within the city.
So it all started with a goose.
That all started with a goose. And as you guys sort of settle in and wrap up your stories, you realize just how tired you all are. You've been sleeping in weird places the last several days, if you have even slept at all. So it's good to be home, back in your own bed, and settled in. Is there anything anybody wants to get in, say, before we wrap up here?
I think that'll about do it.
I'll summon them up at the cookout.
Sounds good. Then, yeah, you guys in a couple days have Charles's cookout to go to, where you'll see each other again. You guys will get to meet all of the families. For a lot of you guys, it'll be your first time on the large fan boats that'll take you across the water.
Great Pa's gonna be so excited to see all these children.
It's the boats are a little iffy with the cattleman herd, because you're not going to leave the kids unattended back on the land side, so you all have to go in 2 big groups essentially. But y'all make it out there, have a good time, reconnect, and from there I would think probably get back together now and again to just spend some time together, meet up in the city, and you guys return to your pretty normal everyday lives, in spite of all the crazy shit that just happened. And that is where we're going to wrap up this whole thing that we've been doing here. This mini campaign, the Flavorcity Breakers of Chains. You've broken all the chains, guys. Congratulations.
Yay.
We did it. Yay.
Anyway, thank all of you guys so much for coming along on this adventure with us. We had a lot of fun playing it. I hope that you had a lot of fun watching it along with us. Yeah, I guess you won't see us next week. That's usually what I say after that. So thank you for sticking with us to the end. We really appreciate it, and we hope you had a good time. We definitely did. So until next time, I guess. Bye.
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 Ah.